Hello guys, welcome back to the world of English exams. So this video is going to help you understand the tips and easy strategies to follow in order to solve multiple choice questions in Ielts reading. So multiple choice questions are important for both academic as well as general training students. So I hope that this video will be a quick recap of the strategy and some basic tips that will help you. So without any further delay, let's begin by overviewing this question type. Basically, there are two types of multiple choice questions in reading. The first one is where you will be given 3 or 4 options from which you have to pick one correct option. Remember, the options will be confusing. So, and from that you have to read the text and pick up one correct option. Then the second type of multiple choice is where you will be given 5 choices. This is very important because in listening also you will find a similar question type. So you will get 5 choices from which you have to pick 2 correct choices. So if you fail to read the instructions properly, then you might pick just one option, and that could be a factor to reduce your score in the reading test. So make sure you are focusing on the instructions properly, and you are able to determine whether to select one correct option or 2 correct options from the alternatives given to you. So basically, whether it is choosing one option or choosing 2 options, the strategy is the same. I have already made a detailed video on multiple choice questions, which I will be linking in the description box. So make sure that you are watching that video as well if you want a more detailed and clear understanding about multiple choice questions. For now, I am just giving you 3 tips that you can follow. This could be like your strategy to solve multiple choice questions. So I'm going to explain these 3 tips, along with which I'm also going to give you a short practice exercise wherein you can see whether you have understood the technique properly or not. If you want me to assist you further with multiple choice questions, please do leave a comment and I will go ahead and do the same. So let's start with tip number 1. Focus on the meaning of the statement. Guys, this is very important to not focus only on the keywords. That, of course, I don't say that keywords are unimportant. Keywords are definitely important, but more than that is the meaning of the entire statement. If you fail to understand the meaning and just base your understanding on the keywords, it could be a risk, because more than one keywords could be repeated again and again in the text. So that makes it even more confusing for you to grab the answer. So my first tip is to focus on the meaning of the statement. For this, I am going to give you an example. And guys, there is a small thing that I want to remind you. Whenever you do multiple choice questions, there are students who will focus on the options as well. So of course that strategy could work out for some, but not for everyone. So if that strategy isn't working out for you, then what you can do is just look at the question. Don't look at the options. So now let's look at the statement and try to understand its meaning. What did, so the word did is an indicator that the context is in the past. What did the 2006 discovery of the animal bone reveal about the lynx? So there is something which is related to an animal that is called lynx, and the connection is with its bone, which was discovered way back in the year 2006. So the question here is, what did that discovery reveal about this animal called lynx? So here your keyword should first be 2006, obviously, because it's easy to find numbers. So, and animal bone is your second keyword. In case you don't find animal as it is, you have to focus more on bone. And please don't focus on words like reveal, about and all that. You don't find such words. Here it is just for the framing of the question that those words are given to us, and they don't play any significant role in finding the answer. Of course, lynx is a name of an animal which you can find it easily. However, what you should remember is that this name could be repeated multiple times in the text. So don't focus mainly on that. So your major area of focus is on the words bone and of course on the year 2006. So if you can understand it like this, then even when you don't read the options also, it would be simpler and easier for you to grab the answers. So that is my first tip. Focus on the meaning of the statement. Now quickly let's go to tip number 2. So this is just an extension of the earlier one. Reading the options is not important at the start. Guys, remember this very carefully. Of course, for some people, without reading the options, they will not be able to get the answer. But I would say that even after you read the text also, you need to read the options once again, because you need to mark the correct answer. So my point is, why should you waste time in focusing on all the options when you have to just select one or a maximum of 2 options? Why to waste time on reading and understanding all the options? Don't you think don't you think time is very important? It's a crucial factor in the reading test, isn't it? So what do? We do not read the options at the start. However, after we read the passage, after we understand the context, then coming back and reading the options would make sense. So that's my tip. So reading the options is not important at the start. What is more important is just to focus on the question and understand what it means. So an example of which is given here: protecting, that is safeguarding large areas of the sea from commercial fishing. Commercial fishing is fishing for commercial purposes. Would result in, here the question is asking us to look at what could be the impact of protecting these large areas from commercial fishing. That is, if we do not permit commercial fishing to be done on a large scale, then what would it result in? What would it result in, like by protecting large areas from commercial fishing? So fishing to an extent or as a hobby, something could be mentioned there, or something related to purchasing fish or sale of fish or something like that could be mentioned. So fishing for commercial purposes should be restricted, and hence protecting large areas from the sea from commercial fishing would result in, what is the impact, what is the effect of it? That is what we want. So once we understood it, the keywords here are large areas, sea could be given as water body, and commercial fishing. So here you may not find the term commercial fishing as it is, but fishing would be there, because that's the term which we should find in the text. So this is tip number 2, guys. I hope it's very simple to understand. Now what do? Here I'm going to practically show you with tip number 3 on how to grab the answer. So focus on this very carefully. So you may follow elimination method to select the right option or options. So even if you have to choose 2 options, you can follow this tip, that is elimination via selection, which means you are going to select the right answer as well as eliminate the wrong ones. So let me show you an example of this. What point is not a keyword here. It is just that what implication or what is the sense of the writer, while what point does the writer make about large predators in the 3rd paragraph? So the first keyword here is large predators, and of course they are also giving us a clue that this answer could be found in the 3rd paragraph only. That's the reason it's clearly mentioned like that in the question. So what do? We do not focus on the options at this point of time. Remember tip number 2, do not focus on the options at the start. So now what do? Now that we understood that we are going to look at large predators, and that too the answer could be found in the 3rd paragraph. So quickly I have just given the gist of the 3rd paragraph showing the term large predators. Can you see that here? Large predators. So now let's read this sentence. Above all, one of the most striking findings, that is very pinpointed, clear findings of modern ecology, okay, modern ecology, is that ecosystems, that is the places where animals or living things live, those are called ecosystems. Then modern ecology is that ecosystems without large predators, that means in ecosystems where there are no large predators, behave in completely different ways from those that retain them. That means here in this sentence the writer is drawing a comparison between two ecosystems. The first one is where there are large predators, and the second one is where there are no large predators. So what would happen? These two ecosystems would behave in completely different ways. That means large predators have some effect on the ecosystem. What is that? Let's read. Some of them drive dynamic processes that resonate through the whole food chain. Here some of them indicate large predators. So they are driving some dynamic processes that resonate through the whole food chain. Guys, if you do not understand the meaning of words like resonate and all that, I think you may skip it or understand it from the meaning of the whole sentence. So what do? They are driving some process. That means they are leading to some process in the whole food chain. That means these are predators, right? So they definitely they eat other organisms, they feed on them. So that is the food chain, passing on energy from one level to another level. So creating niches for hundreds of species. So due to this effect of large predators, what is happening? A niche is nothing but a stable place for hundreds of species is being created. So hundreds of species are existing, they are surviving because of these large predators. That's the reason he is continuing, that might otherwise struggle to survive. That means if there are no large predators, these other organisms will struggle a lot in order to survive, in order to live. But because of these large predators, they are able to survive. That is what is happening. More and more species are being adjusted or accommodated, whatever you want to say, into the ecosystem by large predators. So don't you think that the number of species is increasing indirectly because of large predators? Yes, that is what is the meaning. The killers turn out to be, killers are nothing but predators, large predators. The killers turn out to be bringers of life. So what is happening indirectly? Killers are bringing life. That is, they are increasing the number of animals that live. So that is what is the contextual understanding. Now let's go back and eliminate now. Let's follow elimination. Option A, their presence, that is due to them, their presence can increase biodiversity. So what is the meaning of bio? Bio means life. Diversity is number, range. So which means that the presence of large predators is indirectly impacting the lives of other organisms. Absolutely, this is what we are looking at. But if you look at it clearly, we don't have the word biodiversity, but the meaning of biodiversity is conveyed in the passage. So this is the right answer. But now let me also help you eliminate the other options. Let me show you why the other options may not be the right answer. So option B, they may cause damage to the local ecosystems. Is it mentioned that due to large predators there is a damage to the local ecosystems? Nothing about it. So that is eliminated. Then their behavior can alter according to the environment. Is it mentioned about environment and the behavior of predators? No, not at all. So next, they should be reintroduced only to areas where they are native. They were native. Is it talking about the native areas of large predators in the paragraph? Not at all. So this is how you need to eliminate and then select the right option. So finally, a quick brush on the process. First you are going to read the question properly, then mark the keywords, understand the meaning of what the statement, the question means. Then you are going to read the corresponding text, select the right option as well as eliminate the wrong ones. So I hope you understood the procedure. Now I would like to give you some time and a few questions for practice. So because any strategy will be accurate or appropriate for you only when you practice. So that's the reason I am giving you just 2 questions. So I would set a timer. You will get 1 minute of time to just read the questions. Don't read the options. Your time begins now. Yes, so that is the end of your 1 minute time. Now I'm going to show you the paragraphs, because the questions clearly mention that the first answer is found in the first paragraph and the second one in the second paragraph. Here are the first two paragraphs from that passage. So you will get 5 minutes of time to answer these questions by reading these paragraphs, which begins now. Two minutes left. One minute more. Yes, so that is the end of your 5 minutes time. I hope that you have understood how to answer these questions, and here is the answer key. So I hope that you found this video useful. If yes, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And by the way, if you are in need of online training for any of the modules or the whole of the IELTS test, please feel free to drop us a mail at info@worldoфenglishexams.com, and we will get in touch with you very soon. So thank you for staying tuned till the end of the video and watching it till the end. We seriously appreciate your interest in IELTS, and we hope that you get your desired results. Thank you so much and happy preparation, guys.